Dude, the flow here, that rhythmic flow in his cadences, how does he do that? Hey everybody, it's your girl Rosalie. Welcome back to the Ultimate World Music Reaction channel, all about music and psychology. We're on a really special journey. I've been exploring NF. I've been on the journey, checking out all his various work, sometimes jumping into the present, looked at Motto and Hope, because we're getting ready for his big album release, April 7th. And I want to continue on the journey. I want to look at multiple of his songs. All right, now we're going to check out NF, Leave Me Alone. 110 million views. This is just crazy. This journey and just seeing his progress and his growth. And without summarizing, again, you just have to check out the different videos and clips and reactions, but just seeing his growth and how he tackles all these different hard topics, from his relationships to his upbringing to past trauma to the music industry to finding himself, his dreams about what he wants to be when he grows up, to battling, these issues, mental breakdown, the expectations of the fans, feeling like an outcast, doing his own thing, refining his skill, working hard, where he comes from, introducing ourselves to him, and then allowing us to be on this journey with him. It's amazing. It's amazing. This kid is awesome. NF, Leave Me Alone. Oh, we got that shopping cart again. Black balloons.
Hey! Panic stricken, handle business, not a joke, yeah. Manners missing, travel different, no control, yeah. Time to listen, time to zip it, keep it close. My description, highly gifted, take some notes, yeah. Lack of interest, why'd you visit?
Take some notes, makes me think of Notepad. People in the background in those white suits again as he's pushing around his cart. Now he has those white clothes in them that he was handed in the search, at the end of the search. And these people from the search back in the clip. This abandoned, what is this? Theme park, carnival rides. I thought stadium at first. Abandoned town. I don't even know.
The road, yeah, I'm kinda twisted, so keep your distance, be a ghost. Yeah, see, I'm inventive, but quite the menace. You ain't know? Well, then I'm offended. Let's jog your memories, here we go. Yeah, I went from nobody to kinda famous. Hide my plaques inside a closet, I just can't explain it. My wife, she tells me that she's proud and thinks that I should hang them, but I just leave them on the ground right next to my self-hatred. Yeah, mental health, where's my mental health? Diagnosed with OCD, what does that mean? We'll gather around. That means I obsessively obsess on things I think about. That means I might take a normal thought and think it's so profound. Ruminating, fill balloons are full of doubts. Do the same things. If I don't, I'm overwhelmed. Thoughts are pacing. They go round and round and round. It's so draining. Let's move on to something else. Fine. Running the game if they don't even know it. Like I'm undercover and know when to blow it. I come out of nowhere, they don't even notice. The flow is so cold you would think it was snowing. I'm under the weather, but wind isn't blowing. I got an umbrella for difficult moments. You gotta admit it, I'm very devoted. I'm out in the rain, but it don't always always alright. Hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away, but I'm scared if I do then.
Dude, the flow here, that rhythmic flow in his cadences, how does he do that? It's amazing. It is amazing. Oh my gosh, all without cussing, all without putting anybody down, all without being foul and nasty and just condoning violence and belittling women and being nasty and just, oh my gosh, just deep, profound stuff. It's powerful because it sheds more light on this idea of the balloons and what they represent to him. Right? He's talking about his OCD and his mental issues and struggles, and then switches up that rhythm and then goes back again. This abandoned carnival theme park place, now these clown tent, booth, carnival, whatever, tents where people are standing in line for something, all in their white suits, right? Almost like mental institution vibe, or people that are struggling. Him in his black attire, right, with his real cap on, and these balloons that are holding him down. He can't let them go. It's almost this idea, I feel like, of trauma, the pain. I wonder if there's something coming when he releases Hope in a couple of days and he talks to us about that journey and all these different tracks on that album. I wonder what he's going to do with it. But it to me, it's this idea of holding on to your trauma, to pain, right? Obsessing about something, self-hatred. He's talked about that a couple of times in these last few tracks when it came to, I think it was In Search, possibly When I Grow Up, Why, right? Just an idea of self-hate and of struggle. We've seen him deal with anger, with fear. We've seen him deal with pride in the sense of perhaps trying to do it all alone. looking at his accomplishments but still not being able to be proud of himself, right? His wife saying you should be proud, hang him up, him keeping him hidden right next to self-hatred. I mean, just having a hard time releasing those balloons. Sometimes at memorials, people release balloons to remember their lost one, their loved one, and to release them up into heaven, let them go, right? You will let a balloon go, it will never come back to you. And that's hard. When somebody died, when you're processing your own death, when you're dealing with mental issues, with illness, with pain, with loss, even a relational loss or family trauma, whatever it is you're going through, it's hard to let that go because it's a part of us. And it's, as he even mentioned in his song, was it in Remember This or was it in If You Want Love? No, I think it was in Remember This, where he talked about, and I didn't even look at outro yet, I don't think. I still got to do that. Where he talked about, he would fall in love with and sleep with his pain, right? And joy and happiness left. So even here, this idea that when you let something go, sometimes if you're not careful, it becomes so part of you, you can't let it go because you think it's who you are.
And I'll be more afraid. Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. Tell them how I feel, but they remain the same. Loosen up my grip, they say that's not okay.
Standing in line, and it looks like there's that black smile on the back of that tent. Are they wiping it off, looks like?
Quiet, 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 quiet. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, yeah. Quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone. Yeah. Quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone. I hate when they debate if we're underrated. We're so overlooked that they're looking over our numbers, Nathan. We don't do enough interviews or go out in public lately. We don't post enough on our socials to keep the buzz from fading. Let it fade, yeah, let it fade. Once it's decimated, then you drop a song out of nowhere and all the fans embrace it. Then the buzz will surface again, it's part of my operation. I don't need advice from my doubts right now, end of conversation. Shut your mouth, yeah, shut your mouth. Better tone it down, close it now. If you make a sound, I'ma change it down. Funny how they be acting loud, coming unannounced, floating round. Man, the kid is wild, pretty wild, true. I'm kinda funny, but don't really show it. I keep it together, but have a disorder. I go to my room and I sit in my corner and talk to myself in a language that's foreign. I think of a rhyme and I have to record it, but no, if I don't, I wake up in the morning and question my life again, always avoiding. I hate to be different, but hate to be normal, so I hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away, but I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid. Tell them how I feel, but they don't want to change. Tell them how I feel, but they remain the same. Loosen up my grip, they say that's not okay. Quiet, 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 quiet. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, yeah. Quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone.
The idea here of order, people going in their black attire, coming out with the white, right? The black smile painted off or cleaned off, all this order and structure fits well also to this idea of even those mental struggles and OCD. OCD is much more than just people that always have to wash their hands and such. Of course, those can be manifestations, but a lot of times it's compulsive. It's compulsively obsessing about things. A lot of times thoughts, right? Intrusive thoughts, thought processes. It's beyond just doing something. So for example, someone that wants to just clean and likes things neat doesn't mean they're OCD right away, right? It's really hard when you have OCD because of those intrusive thoughts and the obsession, and that can manifest in behaviors, of course, such as wanting everything perfectly or redoing the same thing over and over again, needing to do certain things in a mechanical way over and over until you feel some type of peace or relief. But it's way more than just people that like to have things neat and tidy. Okay, a lot of times that has nothing to do with OCD. The obsessive compulsion, right? Compulsion, obsession. Those keywords in this disorder make it very hard for those who suffer from this. And just all that order here kind of fits to that, in my opinion.
Yeah, quiet, 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 quiet. Yeah, leave me alone.
That internal battle, right? Leave me alone. These voices in his mind, really just at his lowest right now, it feels, of really having to deal with and process his internal struggles. And here these people, I don't know, conforming, if you will, going through the motions, standing in line, doing what they're told. It doesn't give a sense of freedom and joy and relief or freedom of sorts, even after this smile is being wiped from their face, to me.
Remember back in No Name, I said fame called. Told you I hung up, it kind of felt wrong. Finally called him back, we didn't talk long. He asked me how I'd been, I sent him this song. Yeah, think he took offense, he kinda seemed off. I texted him that night to ask what he thought. It took a couple days to get a response, but once I finally did, he said the song sucks. Feel the symptoms, couldn't miss him, wrestle with them, then I pin and flip him. Brought some backup, Noah, you should get some. Who you dissing? Mood is switching, don't come in the kitchen, you should listen. Cooking record for my hands are blistering. So persistent, don't forget this, hold attention. Soul is bending, no pretending, open-ended, low percentage, so demented. Whole consensus, flow tremendous, no apprentice, no incentive, show intensive, so possessive, tone aggressive. Watch your step when I hold up my balloons and cover up my face. I can feel them weighing on me every day. I should let them go and watch them float away. But I'm scared if I do, then I'll be more afraid. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Leave me alone, 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 leave me alone. Hey, yeah, quiet, 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 leave me alone. Yeah, quiet, 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 leave me alone. Hey, yeah, quiet, 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 leave me alone. Yeah, quiet, 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 quiet.
Interesting. Handing off those balloons to some hand wearing white clothing behind the curtain. There's so much symbolism here. It's crazy because the next there's a song called Hate Myself. I mean, a lot of this here, Hate Myself, Nate, Change, Returns, a lot of it is really dealing with. It went from, to me, in the journey, it went from him introducing himself, telling us where he came from, letting us in on the battlefield in his mind, working through some things through the therapy session, sharing with us how he processes things, right? Then talking about toxic relationships, broken relationships through I Just Want to Know. How could you leave us, right? Dealing with that real pain, dealing with his stands in the music industry, processing the pain, right? The parental, the grief, the family, the cyclical let you down. Hopeful to a degree when we listen to things like If You Want Love, right? Dealing with that cycle and those choices. I still need to do outro as well. Why, right? Processing where he's come from, what he's accomplished, what he's dealing with, the search when I grow up, right? Dealing with his identity as a rapper, what he's doing, how he's being perceived by others in the music industry. Now just it gets darker and darker. Leave me alone, right? This battle of trying to let the balloons go, of people conforming, standing in line. It didn't seem positive and hopeful in the sense of people in line for a breakthrough, but at the same time something was changing, something was happening, and he had a choice to make now. If he gets in line too, if he gives away those balloons. Plenty of balloons still tied to the cart, but there's just a lot going on. A lot is crazy.